The final program for WWE in the year 2025 was the NXT year-end award show, which was taped earlier, I believe a couple weeks ago, in Orlando, Florida, of course at the WWE Performance Center. And we had a show that was focused on the awards, but also had some prominent matches, and especially including one cross-promotional match which opened the show, and a big main event that what you would have thought might have been saved for New Year's Evil. But first off, Moose comes out, and Ethan Page comes out, and we get our NXT North American Championship match. Ethan Page representing NXT, Moose representing TNA. They had a decent match. Not too long. Ethan Page won the match, as you'd expect. Then after that, they go to the Male Superstar of the Year. And this is done through like a video package in which they show the contestants, and then the winner accepts the award, and the award is a golden ring bell. So that's what they have. At least they have some sort of trophy, which kind of does look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. It was given to Javon Evans. I did not agree. I thought Javon had a great year. He is not the Male Superstar of the Year. He was more popular because he's a fan favorite, and he does a lot of flashy moves and a lot of big spots sometimes. Yeah, I get that, but he was not the Male Superstar of the Year. It was Obafemi. Obafemi should have won this year. I don't agree with the fans for voting for Javon. I like Javon, but Obafemi should have won this award. Trick Williams, by the way, he was also nominated along with the other two, and he should not have been. He sucks, but yeah, Obafemi should have won. The Culling were backstage. Izzy wants to go after Tatum. When we come back from break, we find out someone attacked Kendall Gray backstage, and Ren Sinclair is screaming for help as her friend was laid out. All I thought was, oh shit, either one or two things are going to happen. One, they're going to pull Kendall Gray out of the match next week, or two, Kendall's going to be injured going into the match, and JC's going to retain her fucking title. I was not happy after this. Izzy Dame came up for a promo. Tatum Paxley interrupted her. They went back and forth on the mic for a while. It wanted a bit too long. And the match was officially made for New Year's Evil. Izzy went after her, but Tatum laid her out. I think it's obvious Izzy's going to win. Next, the award for Tag Team of the Year was given to Sol Ruca and Zarya. This award, this is a decent choice. It doesn't bother me. This has been the worst year ever for the NXT Tag Team Division. The NXT Tag Team Division was one of the pillars of NXT that would make the show good, along with the Women's Division. The Women's Division more so than the Tag Division, but the Tag Division was great, especially when you had Fraxium when they were having great matches on PLEs. They had a really great match with Chase U. It was a great match, and then they split them up. They didn't split them up. They split up Chase U, and then they split up the family, who also had good matches a lot as a team. And that kind of killed the team. And of course, the biggest thing was Fraxium going to the main roster, and then they have Hake and Take. They were okay. Then they stopped using them, and they fucking put the belts on Darkseid. They killed the men's tag division. They are ratings killers. Dark State sucks. Shawn Michaels, as I said, I've not enjoyed NXT this year. The tag division booking is awful, and Dark State is garbage, and I'm happy they did not win this award. Dark State sucks. I don't mind Zaruka winning. It's a women's tag division. They've had some matches on the main roster. They wrestled Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair when they were women's tag team champions, but they lost. I don't mind them getting this award. It's fine. So they win. I just don't want Dark State getting it because they suck. Fatal Influence was heading to the ring backstage. Then JC Jane was out next with Fallon Henley and Lady Reed. We get JC Jane against Ren Sinclair, who came out after. JC won the match, as you'd expect. Fatal Influence then beat down Ren after the match. Then Kendall Gray made the save, and after she made the save, she posed with the NXT Women's Championship. All I thought was, the way they set this all up, no, Kendall's not winning. And I know it's a little soon for her to win the belt, but I just want the belt off JC. I think she's fucking atrocious, but she's keeping the belt next week. Joe Hendry was rehearsing for his concert backstage. I'm sorry. I'm still very sick. If you listen to my Raw review, I was sick. Just please bear with me. I'm trying to get through this. I am not doing well. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty concerned. It's been an extremely difficult last few days, to say the least. But going back to the show, uh, Joe Hendry had the New Year's Eve concert. It's of course a play on the New Year's Eve concert that the major TV networks do. Sorry. He started by recapping his year. He sings a song dedicated to recapping the entire year for NXT. He tries to get the crowd to sing along, but they really don't. He dissed multiple heels, and the main theme is the theme of the song is "Join Us on CW." When he mocks Dark State, the lights go out and they attack Hendry. This showed Tony D'Angelo watching from the shadows as it happened, I believe. Ava talked to Robert Stone backstage. Then she talked with Blake Monroe in her office, and Blake is manically depressed. Tavion Heights was out next. Several names made their picks for the Obafemi vs. Leon Slater match next week. All the TNA talent picked Leon, while all the NXT talent picked Oba. Then we go to Tavion Heights against Lexis King. This is a speed match. Tavion won like in 10 seconds. The future does not look too bright for one Lexis King. I think there's some endeavors in his future, if you know what I mean. He's going to get let go very soon, it looks like. Then they did the Match of the Year award and went to Obafemi versus Javon Evans versus Trick Williams from Stand and Deliver. Not a bad choice. I wouldn't have chosen that. There's matches I like better, particularly when it came to the Women's Iron Survivor match from Deadline. I like that match better than the Obafemi triple threat match that he won against Javon and Trick. Because Trick messed up really bad in that match. Like, he was supposed to, I think he was supposed to break up the pin, but he had to, like, pull out the referee. He was supposed to pull out the referee, like, right after a 2 count, but I think Oba or Javon, one of them actually had to kick out because Trick was fucking late because he fucking sucks. He's, like, the worst performer. One of the worst performers in all of NXT. He's awful. And he actually had, there was a huge botcher, and that kind of took me out of it. But I like the Women's Iron Survivor match better, to be honest. We get OTM against Swipe Right. OTM won, not much to say. Jordan Grace was in the locker room with Thea Hale ahead of her match next week in which she defends her NXT Women's North American Championship against the former champion Blake Monroe. Then they went to Female Superstar of the Year, and it went to Sol Ruka. That was my pick as well. I had her winning. I thought she won. She had the best year. I didn't think it was like this incredible standout year that some of the other women have had in NXT. But I thought of all the women to choose from, she was the best one. And JC Jane not winning is good. The fans know JC Jane absolutely sucks. And she's been overpushed, and she's going to win. She's probably going to win next week. And that's a reflection of the incompetence of this fucking booker, Shawn Michaels, who I think's done a horrible job by pushing JC fucking Jane as the NXT Women's Champion when you have Blake Monroe on your roster. You're going to have JC Jane as your top champion, as the top female heel, when you have Blake Monroe on your roster, who's way more talented, and JC's not good. There's nothing to her. I really don't like her, and I'm afraid I really think she's going to beat Kendall Gray next week and keep her belt. She's awful, man. JC Jane sucks. And I'm glad Sol Ruka won, and she was my pick to win. Again, not a spectacular year or anything, but NXT really sucked this year. But I thought of all the choices available, she had the best year. They preview NXT New Year's Eve next week. Javon Evans was out next. After a break, Ricky Saints came out. And we get Ricky Saints and Javon Evans in the main events. So they had a good matchup here, a back and forth matchup. There was a lot of action here. It was a fun match. It wasn't one of the all-time classics, but it was kind of something where you'd almost expect them to have this kind of match. You know, for it being a tape show, we weren't going to get the 5-star classic that they can probably have if they were on like a PLE or something. But there was a ref bump near the end, and what happened was Javon went for the cutter, but I think Ricky pushed the ref into him, and Javon took out the referee with the cutter, and then eventually, while the ref was down, led to Ricky hitting a low blow. Then later, another referee would come out, and that was after Ricky hit the Rochambeau on Javon Evans to win the match. And Ricky Saints gets the win on the final edition of NXT. And and the final edition of any WWE programming in 2025, which has been a really shitty year for WWE. But that was how it ended. Then right after that, actually, the announcers previewed New Year's Evil once again to end the show, and that is how NXT ended, and that was how WWE ended 2025.